I really wonder if the Rams' totally aggressive style is going to start rubbing off on other teams. Look, let's be real. If the Green Bay Packers are more aggressive and trying to get Odell Beckham, are they in the Super Bowl right now? Maybe. Like, I mean, look at how Odell played
Chiefs?
down the stretch.
What about the Chiefs?
The Chiefs too. The Rams were just like, they operate a different way than every other NFL team. They don't care about draft picks. They're just going to live for today. Whatever happens tomorrow happens tomorrow. We'll figure it out. But we're going to try to win today. And they're not in the Super Bowl without Odell Beckham having 100 yards today. Probably not without Von Miller on that defense. Definitely not without Matthew Stafford playing quarterback. They pushed all their chips in the middle of the table. And I wonder if other teams are going to say, yeah, maybe this fourth round pick that we're not giving up for this trade deadline acquisition, maybe we're being dumb. Look at what the Rams did. In this league, it's so year to year, too. I mean, it's not like, oh, we have a 5-year plan. There ain't no 5-year plan. Nobody's around 5 years. Like, I mean, just you got to live for today. And I think that's a fascinating subplot in the Super Bowl about just how aggressive the Rams were. And if that's going to be at least maybe not the norm, but other teams picking up on that team building.
Well, and it's a story of two different ways to build a franchise, by the way. When you talk about these two very different owners in Stan Kroenke and Mike Brown.
Right.
Okay.
But I will say this about the Bengals. Look, we make fun of the Bengals for being cheap, right? Look, DJ Reader was not a cheap guy. The last couple of years, they made a couple really nice free agent moves for decades. They're the cheapest team in the NFL. They didn't want to spend on anybody, but they kind of came out of that shell a little bit, and it's paying off right now.
Yeah, I'm thinking more along the lines of, particularly when you look at the offense, how homegrown all of that is. It's all these guys that they picked in the draft. I mean, look, the offensive line could be better. I'm sure that's where they will devote this offseason, but they hit on a lot of picks. Like there's some, when you start to look at some, I mean, just the skill positions alone, you're like, okay, hit big on the Mixon pick, hit big on all the wide receiver picks, like, hit huge on the quarterback pick. The offensive line is not talentless. It needs pieces. They could probably use a veteran anchor. But, you talk about the Rams and whether or not it's going to be a copycat league. I think you could get some teams that look at the Rams and they go, okay, now we're seeing how this is paid off. And by the way, they flipped a Super Bowl roster really fast. Like when I went through there, I asked both McVay and Les Snead about now looking back when you're walking off the Super Bowl field, you're thinking, hey, we're coming back. We got this whole team. And now basically the entire roster has almost changed since that Super Bowl. And I kind of asked them to reflect back on what do they wish they would have emphasized walking off the field that day, not knowing what was coming. But they took draft picks, they took commodities, and they say, we want known entities. And we're going to go ahead and give up these first-round picks for what we know are known entities that are going to, and we'll figure the money out, and we'll be top-heavy, and we'll put pressure on all our scouts. Hey, we don't have first-round picks. You need to go find pieces. You need to go out there and find the supplemental pieces to help make up for some of the things that we're shipping off. And I think it's going to be a really intriguing matchup because it's different.